welcome to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm going to start something slightly different. I've been working on this for about 6 months to a year, and I really haven't done a whole lot on camera, and I just felt it was time to do something new and different, but something you're familiar with. So, but it's kind of out of my comfort zone, and I'm still learning. And this is more for like the mixed media genre of crafting, because I really have not delved into that at all. But I'm going to be weaving something old and new because I've been practicing this for a while, just playing around. I made hints and mentions of it before. So I'm going to do something new with something old. So this is what I had in my stash, right? I have these 3 mini notebooks. I'm going to cover them, but I'm going to cover them using mixed media style format. So just bear with me. So I've been purchasing these images and learning how to fussy cut. Again, we've had this conversation. I don't really do a lot of cutting. So I've got this, and I came across this by this artist, and then this. So I've been mixing all these together. I can kind of show you what I've been doing so you can kind of get a feel. So let me go grab that real quick. Okay, this is kind of like my mixed media journal. I've been playing around with different techniques in this just so I can get familiar with things. So I've been doing certain things on here that I've been playing with. I've got some textured paste and things, and then I've been playing with tags and pictures, and then just playing with different stuff, different medias and mediums in this little notebook. And I think I'm done with this one, but I wanted to kind of show you what I have been doing, where my thought process was. This is kind of like fun for me. I've been learning how to fussy cut, how to do textures and backgrounds, and use things that I've purchased. So I'm going to kind of sort of do that today with this. Put this away. So I've been making covers. So to start, this is just some mixed media paper that is 110 pounds, just mixed media cardstock. That's what I'm using. And then I cut this cardstock about 2 7/8 by 4 1/4. No, 4 1/2. A little bit longer and bigger than I needed, just so I could have some room to cover. I'm hoping I did the measurements correctly. The idea being is that if I give myself a little room to cover the journals, these little composition notebooks, that I'd have just a little bit on the side. So the idea was I'm going to decorate these and cover these up. Okay, so I got a front and a back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the back though. I haven't given that much thought. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. And these are some things that I just cut out that are kind of small and cute from the Black Fairy ephemera and journaling. So these are just some images I cut out. Like I said, I'm learning how to fussy cut and get more precise. So these are just the images from here. And then these are some things that I've been using, like scraps from that I can attach. Okay. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do about both sides. Okay, so then I've got some Mod Podge. I've got some inks and stuff I'm going to use. And I've got all kinds of stuff. Like if I wanted to do something mixed media type, I have this stencil, which I probably won't end up using, where you can put textures and stuff. And I usually use this with paste. So I might grab some paste too. It just depends. We'll see what we're going to do. Alright, so first thing I want to do is figure out which of these images I'm going to use. And I kind of sort of like, I'm going to start with her. I kind of sort of like her. She's not too big, but she'll fit. All right. So that's my thought process there. So here she is. I'll move these out the way. Okay. Then I'm like, okay, what do I want to cover this with? It's going to look pretty. So that's why I'm hanging on to these bits and pieces, because I can cover the white with different patches. And you don't have to do this, but, you know, do whatever you feel makes sense to you and your brain. And I kind of sort of like that. And I'm just playing here. I need something to go on the bottom so it looks like she's standing on something, not floating in the air. And then I'm just going to lay these down in any pattern. I want some white to show, and I'm going to ink the background a little. But that kind of gives me an idea. And then from there, I'm going to build my layers on top of that. And it just depends. I'm not gluing these down. I am using the Mod Podge matte. So I am using that. So that's the first thought. And then if I don't like it, I'll do something else. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is, whoop, too much. Just coat this. And I usually keep the top over here so I can stick that in there. And I'm just going to slap it on. No rhyme or reason. And I'm going to try not to put anything on the front just yet. Only because I'm going to color and probably put put some texture down, some texture paste. And I haven't decided if I'm going to use transparent. So yeah, I kind of had that going like that across the top. And it's just me playing. And that's kind of what sort of like I like about mixed media, because you can just play, right? There's no rhyme or reason. There's no right or wrong to what you're doing. You're just doing what feels natural or what doesn't feel natural. And so I don't have my heat gun out, but this doesn't take long to dry. That's why I didn't put anything on the front, because I don't want it to wait the time to dry. Wait time. Let's put that over there. Let me put this back up. Put that over there. Let me grab a baby wipe. Clean up this mess. Before I move on. Whoop. Just clean that up. Alright, so that takes care of that. Put that aside. And I think I'm going to do, while I have everything out, I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. I think I'm going to use this. This came from this book. Yeah, this book. So it's this part of this book. Because I have 3, so I'm going to do 3 covers, and then I'll think about what I'm going to do about the back. Because I will have to cover the back. But I think I'm going to, yep, is that the right way? Yeah, that looks like the right way. So I'm going to start in the middle. And again, I'm just going to dump some Mod Podge on it. You can use whatever. You can use Elmer's glue. You can use whatever glue you have. But this is what I've been liking the most. I'm just going to dump it right in the center. No rhymer. No. Just going to dump it right there. Right. because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what image I'm going to put on this. Okay, that just takes care of that. Then I have this piece that's bluey. So let's put that on there. That's pretty big. That's a pretty significant piece. So I'm going to stick it halfway on. Oh, ooh, more. You should see my little thing. I left it in there. Okay, Brenda. All right. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm brand new. New to all of this. It's not where I normally live, but it's where I'm living now. All right, and I get wipe that up so that gives me 3 covers, right? And clean that off because I got too much Mod Podge on it. Hate to waste it, but I'm gonna clean that up. All right. So it gives me 3 covers, and then I should have 3 backs. So what I'm going to do for the backs, again, these are just scraps, you know, these aren't anything extra special. These are scraps. So what I might end up doing is covering the back with this. Got this off of Amazon. So I might just cover the back like that and don't worry about putting an image on there. So what I'm going to do is just rip the paper. And I definitely want to cover all of it. So I'm going to rip the paper. And then whatever I have left, I'll just ink, right? You know? But I don't want any straight edges. So this is me just thinking out the box. I'm not doing any, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just ripping paper. And this feels natural. So now I got, whoops, let's take off the straight edge. And then I'll just ink the back of it, right? And that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to cover it. And I bought these specifically for this technique or for backgrounds anyway. So it doesn't really matter to me. I'll just pick some. And like I said, it's mixed media, so it doesn't have to be all perfect. Right, so that's one back. I'm going to try to use the rest of this. And like I said, I'll just ink up some parts of it. Do I want that one? Yeah, I'm going to use it. Oh, I keep dropping that in there. Oh, Lord. I'm making a mess. I'm just making a mess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making a hot mess. So, and luckily this stuff dries really quickly. Move that down. There we go. That's number 2. Like that. And then let's just use the rest of this. I don't care what the back looks like, y'all. It's my book. Who knows? I don't really care what the back looks like at this point in time. I really don't want to use, well, maybe I could go like that. And use the strip. Okay. Oh, well. I just don't want any straight edges. It doesn't really matter. There we go, because I am definitely going to be inking the backs of these. So it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to turn that to that way. And I'm just going to put the Mod Podge on here, all over that one. Whoop. Sorry that it's curling up on me. And this one is going to go on this side because I want to chip off the straight edge. Because I don't want to keep that, oh, there's nothing there. I want to keep that straight edge. If it starts curling up on you, I'm assuming I can just stick it in a book or put it under my craft mat. You know, where's that other piece that I just so casually threw anywhere? There we go. This one's going to have to dry a little bit because I didn't think about that I was going to color it. And I just put that Mod Podge all over everything. Okay, oh well. I'm just making a mess. I love it. Gotta love it. This has to speak to your inner child with the glue and stuff. It has to speak to your inner child because you're making a hot ass mess. Okay, let me come back in a minute while I clean up all of this, and we'll see what chaos I can do next. Okay, so I went and grabbed some paste. So I've got some distressed grit paste in Crypt. I've got some texture paste in it's opaque, so it's kind of white. I do have some translucent. I don't know if you can see this, but there is some translucent paste on this one, so I have that as well. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my favorite color out of this. This is Altenews ink cubes called Gentleman's Gray. I think they don't make this anymore, but I got it on sale. And I'm going to use the Charcoal Suit. I love this color. Is actually my favorite color, and I think I'm going to use it on here. I might do something different on the back, but we'll see. But I'm definitely going to be using it on this. And you'll see why. I just love the way it blends and the color it brings. It kind of meets the moment, as they say. So I'm just going to put it on here as best I can to cover up the white. And it does a really good job. I don't know if I have re-inkers for this or not. Wish I did, but I don't know. I kind of sort of like the look it gives. It's like the gray-green, if I had to explain it. And I'm not being overly subtle about it. It gives me a wispy background. Now this is just what I'm doing. Now there's, you know, some theories on how this works. So I'm just scraping that off. And then that's what I'm left with for my cover. If you feel like you want to go deeper, you can in certain areas. Now at this point, what I have discovered is I could probably, now she may not make sense on this one. Now that I look at it, she might make more sense on this one. She may not make sense on this one. Which one would make sense? Let's see. I think I'm going to put her on this one. this one might make more sense. I don't know. What you think? I don't know. I kind of sort of like her on this one. If I do that, then I'm definitely going to put some texture paste here and here. Nothing in the center, but on the edges, the four corners. But I kind of sort of like her on this one. Last minute change. But she might make more sense on this one. So now the question is, what gray, if any, do I use on the background? And if she doesn't make sense here, maybe on here. You can kind of double up on your images. What else do I have? You can play with those like that. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of like, I got a mushroom. That might work for her. You know, it just all depends. You get to play. If that doesn't make sense, I got this other big ones. I kind of like the big ones. I think I like that one. Oh, that's going to be sweet. Now, see, she's got that blue and that. And then, you know, I've covered up most of that, but who cares? Who cares? It's my image. Do I have enough? Yeah, who cares? If I don't like that, I got to make a decision, y'all. Kind of like him. Like with his foot resting on that. I don't know. Okay, so I'm probably going to go with these big ones on here. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so that's going to be on here. That's going to be on here. So who's going to be on this one? And the backgrounds are so vastly different on the back. Do I want her there? And I really want to use this mushroom, so this is kind of cute. Nice foil, different color. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to pull it here. I want to have her standing on it. Do I put it in front of her? Do I add the little girl? I don't know. Because I only got so much room on this thing. Kind of, can I build that up again? Oh, that would be cute. That'd give her a little more interest. Do I stick it on this side? That would be cute. What you think? Alright, let's do that. See if I like that. Or do I like it like this? This is the hard part, deciding. Because then I'll have a double layer of that. And then she just won't be on that. Maybe I'll put it over here. And then she'll be in between two layers. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Alright. So if I do that, then let's do this. Let's just use a light gold gray on this. Don't ink up anything else. Just do a little transition. And put that on here in between. Just do whatever you think is nice. You know? And I really, really, really love this. This color, like I said, is charcoal soot. And I really, really like this color. It's like my favorite color. I like the Lost Gray too, and the Distressed line, or the Oxides. And I could use the Oxide too, which I'll probably play with. Probably do that next time. But I kind of like that. I'm going to build up that a little bit more color. Oh well. That'll give me some interest right there. And she'll be right in there. And I'll decide. Okay. Alright. This one's further along. So let's do this one first. Let's put the top on that. Let's get her down, because then I'm going to use some. Okay, so back to the Mod Podge. Like I said, I'm brand new to all of this, so I'm new to mixed media, and I'm just learning its language. And it's different than card making, which I really like, but you can certainly apply your principles from card making to mixed media. It's just that for mixed media, it doesn't have to be, like your cards doesn't have to be perfect, but this doesn't have to be perfect either. And I don't want her coming off. I want her puff to be on there. Oh, she's so darling. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, you know, it's just a different aesthetic. And if you don't mind a messy look, or the junk journal type, or the art journal stuff, which I don't mind. I like the ruggedness of this. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I have my heat gun in case I need to let that dry, but I'm going to set that aside. I'll put it over here where there's nothing else. I think this one is farther along than that one. I'm going to darken up the edges. I'm going to really darken up these edges. And then because I darkened up the edges, I'm going to move that down a little. So let's put that part down first. Let's put this piece in. And I usually have another piece of silicone, but I don't care. Did I use like a silicone mat? But this is okay. This is good. This is good. This is fine. Not that you're going to see all of this, because a lot of your best work is covered, you know. Let's just like that up. So a lot of your best work is covered. I really want to stick this mushroom in here. I can stick it on here like she's standing on it. I don't know. Really, I took the time to cut it out, and I don't fussy cut anything. But do I put it on there like she's standing on the mushroom? I don't know. I don't. Well, let's do this real quick. I kind of like that torn look, and that's why I glued it on there. Let's smudge up some of that. Let's get some of that white out of there, and I'll leave some of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll move her up and leave room. She's just standing in the air, and I don't like that part. But, okay. Alright, never mind. Got a thought. Had a thought. Never mind. I know what to do. Let's just get her on here. Because if you start overthinking it, then it's not fun. You just go with what feels good. Just do it. Just do it. But I got a thought for that one. I'm going to move her over. I think it's cute. She's a cutie patootie. All of them are cutie patooties in my head. So that's number 2. Here's number 1. I will have to round the corners, but that's what they look like so far. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out her flower. Set those aside. So this is number 3. She's going to go on here. I want him on here. Maybe I'll do a hem and use the mushroom right underneath like that. Let's do that. I'm still going to use this color. Because like I said, it's my favorite color of all time. And it just goes with what I'm doing. So you see what I'm using? I'm using my ink blending technique that I've been ink blending. You can stamp. I have some stuff I can stamp on this. I think I'm going to do some stamping. Let me get my block. And then I'll just stamp something on this one. How about that? And the white spots. So before I put him on there, let me grab that. I think I am gonna stamp. How about this? How about this? Just gonna stamp. Should I use this color? Or should I use black? Oh, you know what? Let me use a lighter gray. How about that? I'll use this gray. Like I said, I'm just making it up. And I'm not going to even use the black. Look at that. Look at that. I just used that lighter gray. And I didn't even use a stamping block. Just put some ink down on here. Just went for it. No rhyme or reason. There you go. Just went for it. Oh. What I'm going to do next is just heat it with the heat gun a little. Just to kind of, because I'm going to put this Mod Podge on it. Here we go. Here goes nothing, everybody. Wish me luck. Oh, you know what? Let's stick the little... Now, you don't have to use Mod Podge. You don't have to use... You could use whatever adhesive you want. I'm just happen to be using it because I have it. I'm going to stick that right there. That gives it a little bit of pop of color. And then I'm going to put this guy right here. Put him right over that. I end up using a mushroom anyway. So if you're still with me and you are happy with what I'm doing or curious or just want to support the channel, you know what to do. Please like, subscribe, comment. That helps the channel to grow. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a mixed media. I'm a mixed media newbie. So there we go. So I got 3 covers. I got my 2 girls and my guy. So I'm not done yet. Let me reset, because now I'm going to do one more layer of texture paste. And I'm going to reset and clean up everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Oh, I really, really love the cutie patootie. I love everything. I love everything about this cutie patootie. Here's my dilemma. I think she looks great. I mean, I guess I could add a little texture. But you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind and not use the... I'm going to grab the opaque, the translucent texture paste because... Just because. I'm going to use this one. This is the crackle paste. And if I can open it, yeah. Only because I love the colors. Just because I love the colors. And I didn't want to cover up the color with white or something other. So this is what I'm going to do. But I like the dots. I like the small dots. So I'm going to put my anglet. And then I'm going to put the dots here. Get out of the way. I'm going to stick some dots here. Just around the perimeter. And it'll add just a little bit of shine. And what I could do, and as I was sitting here thinking about what to do, and it picks up that color, is I could use some spray, like some of my sprays that I have. Put it right here. And I'm just putting it in as wherever I think. I'm not going to put it here because that's going to be, those edges are going to get covered. But I'm just putting in a little bit of paste and just to add some texture. And then I'm going to heat it with a heat gun so it'll go ahead and dry up. I'm going to do the same. I think I'm going to not do that one with this. I think I'm going to... Which one did I want to do? I'm going to do the grit paste this time on this one. It's more because of the greeny color. It's got a green color to it. I think I want to use the larger circles. Again, I'm going to move it in and try. Let's just wipe this off a little bit. Yeah. This one, I'm not sure what I did wrong. I'm not sure why it's all not... I don't know what I did to this paste. I don't know. It's not smooth. I don't know what I did to it. But it's not smooth anymore, but I'm still going to use it. I don't know. It's really tough. But I'm going to force it through these holes as best I can. There, he's got a little bit of texture there. And I'm going to put... I really, really love this stencil. But like I said, I don't know what I did to the paste. So you tell me what I screwed up on with the paste. I don't know if I didn't have the top down on it tight enough, or not paying attention. I don't know what I did. But that's all I'm going to do for that one. And I'm going to do something in the corner. That way it's 3. Like rows of 3. And I might use... There we go. Just a little bit. That's that one. And do I want to use... Do I want to use that color? This is translucent. This is crackle paste. This is opaque. So let's try that one. I'm going to use all three. How about that? I didn't plan on using all three, but I'm going to end up using all three. It's cute. Cutie patootie. Let's see what I get with that one. Let's see. I think I jacked up something on this one. So I don't know. I don't know what I did. Have I opened this one? Yeah, I think I have. Okay. This one's been opened. So this is crackle paste. No, I've used this one. Let's do texture paste opaque. Have I used this one before? Oh, I have not used this one. I don't believe. So you get to see me use it for the first time. Huh, imagine that. And then I'm only going to do put together one book, because I'm not going to do all three on camera because it's the same process. I'm going to do one of them, but I got to get something dry. Okay. So I'm going to hopefully pray that I don't screw my stencil up and get it into soak it into some water. But I'm definitely going to be putting just a little bit of paste. Whoops. On this gal. Don't want too much. So I'm just going to put it on here. Then I'm going to take this stencil right to my bathroom and hopefully stick that right there. Use off the top. Won't do too much damage so I can use it again. But there we go. Alright, let me go do that real quick. I'm going to stick this in some water so I can get this paste off of it. And we'll call that a day. And then I'm going to heat it with a heat gun and then come back and put it together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've hit the back of these, right? So I got 3 backs and I got 3 fronts, and I've already hit them with the heat gun, right? So before I start gluing this down, I'm going to go ahead and round the corners, because these have rounded corners on this edge. So, right? So I'm going to glue them on like that. Now, I purposely made these a little bit bigger than the cover, only because I wanted to make sure I had enough overhang in case I measured wrong or something like that. So here's my thought process with covering these. This is what Brenda's going to do. I've got liquid adhesive and I've got positional tape runner. So I am going to cover this book with tape, with a little tape runner first. Put this out the way so you can see it, right? And then I'm going to come back and cover it with liquid glue. Now I got best of both worlds. My glue will come out. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Please, please. I've been gone for a while, so I haven't used my glue. So we'll see. Okay, glue. I didn't prime it either. Come on. Oh Lord. Thread the needle. This is what happens when you get old. You can't really see. I don't have my glasses on. I think we've had this conversation before. Oh, for crying out loud, you guys. There we go. Really? Don't get old. That's all I gotta say. Come on, glue. Come on out. It's coming. There we go. I just had to be patient. It's coming. So I really want the best of both worlds, and this is dot runner that's repositionable, and it is permanent. So the way I'm going to solve my problem is I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to turn the book this way, and hopefully, if all goes well, I'll end up with it in position like I want it to be. And I know it's slightly larger than the book, and I'm okay with that. You can always go back and trim it, you know? But I'm okay with that, just like that. I am okay. And there's the front. I'm going to do the same thing for the back. Let's do that. Like I said, I'm okay with it being a little bit, whoops, that runner. I'm okay with it being a little larger than the book. I'm okay with that. Glue. Glue, liquid glue. Whoops. So which side am I gonna do that? I'm gonna do this way. So let's do the rounded corners. Oops, I didn't get all the way in there. Okay, like I said, I'm okay with it being a slightly larger. I'd rather have slightly larger than not enough. Does that make sense? And it really doesn't matter on the back side. And then I can always just come back and cut it off. I've learned my lesson. Oh, I like that little jagged overhang. Look at that. That's cute. Now I can just trim that part off with some scissors. And that's one book down. And I have, let's finish it off because I'm notorious for not. I got some of this from the local store, craft store. And then I'm going to put, I think You Go Girl would be too big. Smile more. I like Be Kind. How about that? Let's do the Be Kind. And I'm going to be making my own little sayings because I have some translucent sticker paper. But I'm going to stick that right there for now. And then that's the book. So it's Be Kind. I'm going to do the rest off camera so you can just see me do one. And if there's anything lifting, I'll go back through and take care of it. But I kind of like that it's a little bit larger than this. And it's really cute. She's a cutie patootie. And I like the white. So that's what it looks like with the opaque. And then this is the grip paste, kind of translucent. And it picked up some of that color. And then this one is definitely translucent and it picked up some of that background color. It just got a little shiver. Now, the next thing you could do, and I might go back for the backs and hit this with some spray. I don't know. But you can do some shimmer spray, some spark, anything sparkly. You can, just do something on the back, but all the love is in the front. So yeah, I will come back next time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I am so enjoying this. I might be able to do a card with the mixed media since I haven't done a card yet. And it's a bigger tableau, a bigger canvas. But yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do for this month, and I'm enjoying it. So stick around, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.